Kicked out my camera. Well then. Can you guys hear me at least? Okay, so they kicked out my camera. And I'm currently on data right now. And I'm using my tablet at the same time. So I guess they don't want me they don't want you looking at my ugly mug. As funny as that is. Oh well. So I guess you'll hear me. The show must go on, everyone. The show must go on. Just fuck this, fuck that, and fuck them. Now, do I need my mic for this, or can you guys hear me just fine? Yeah, we still have the chat. Okay, cool. So I don't need to hook up my mic. That's good. All right. I wish people just mind their own fucking business and leave me the fuck alone. This is bullshit. Really, it's real bullshit. Because all they're doing is proving that I'm right. All they're doing is proving that I'm saying the truth. They have to report my fucking profile. They have to report my video. All because I'm speaking truth. Like, if they just stopped watching me altogether, then they wouldn't have to hear it. You know? It's simple stuff. Now it's buffering. Story of my life. Welcome in, everybody. All right, so I'm going to clarify the reading for number 3. All right, everybody? So that way we can continue on. So Knight of Swords is the situation. Your clarification for this is the Strength and the Empress energy. Okay, and what this is telling me is that you're moving forward with some sort of action and communication. You're speaking out, you're speaking up, you're speaking about a particular situation. And somebody might not like the fact that you're speaking up and speaking out. And somebody might be withholding information. You're waiting for information. There's some sort of information coming in pertaining to something. And it's something to do with the King of Swords in reverse. So there's definitely some sort of deception going on. Somebody's lying. Somebody's got some sort of story, some sort of deception or lies, right? And it's kind of in a position where, with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse in your heart space, is that it's like they feel like they owe you or you owe them something. They're being rather selfish. Whatever. What you're walking away from is the Queen of Cups energy in reverse. This could very well be very sabotaging, very emotionally manipulative. And I'm just reading the cards. I'm not speaking of anybody in my life, okay? Just let's get this fucking clear, okay? I'm speaking on the cards and the meaning of the cards. If you want to sit there and tap into my videos, and you want to sit there and gawk and lurk like a fucking lurkin' gherkin pickle and be sweet and bitter, you don't know whether to hate me or love me, that's your fucking deal, not mine. You can just leave me the fuck alone, get the fuck out of my energy, and you don't ever have to see me, talk to me, listen to me ever again. It's your choice, your personal fucking choice to come at me like this. This is my profession. This is my livelihood. This is my job, what I'm doing right now. And I don't give two fucks what anybody has to say opposed of it. Okay? I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. Okay? And nobody's going to stop me from that. I read energy. I read cards. Okay? I'm not naming names. Why? Because you don't deserve that validation. That's why. Okay? You don't deserve the validation and the fucking bullshit chaos that you cause. That's why I don't. You know? That's why I don't name names. It has nothing to do with the defamation of character. Because you know what? It's not defamation of character if you're speaking the truth. End of story. And the fact that I'm speaking the truth, and the fact that my videos are getting flagged and shut down, and the fact that where I can't even, you know, have a video up, just goes to show that I'm speaking truth. You're validating every bit of it. And I know you're sitting there listening. So just fuck off, leave me alone, ignore me, and then I'm out of your life for good. You don't have to sit there and have a grumbling stomach because I'm speaking truth. I'm not ever going to mention your dumbass name. I'm never going to be giving you any valid respect any further. Okay? And this is to my haters. This is the people that are flagging my videos. You're all a bunch of fucking scoundrel idiots. Okay? And you doing this to my channel is just validation that I'm speaking truth and that you're fucking triggered as motherfucker because I'm speaking truth on it. It is what it is. What was Eric Hall saying? Like their message, it doesn't even look like it had anything in here. It just validates that I'm speaking truth, and I'm clearly triggering somebody. So, whatever. That's on you. That's not on me. Maybe you should have treated me better. Maybe you should have treated me different, and then I wouldn't have to read all this bullshit in the cards while you sit there and lurk in the background like a fucking dumbass. Get out of my reading. Get out of my energy. And guess what? I won't have to read your bullshit ass anymore. But it's because you choose to come into my chat and lurk and not say shit in the chat. And because you're lurking, I'm picking up on your energy. And of course it's going to be read out in the cards. That's the whole point of me reading the energy of my live. So if you think you're coming in and sabotaging my live, you're sadly mistaken, because I'm still going to continue doing what I'm doing. So it is what it is. So just cut your losses and get the fuck out of my energy once and for all, and then we'll be good. We'll be golden. You're just bitching and hollering and screaming and bitter at the fact that I'm finally free from your stupid ass. Alright, so I'm getting back to number 3 reading, okay? Thank you for your patience, everyone, with the slight discrepancy and bullshit that we're dealing with tonight. So, the Knight of Swords is the situation. The Page of Swords is the crossing, is the challenge. So you're waiting on information from a pathetic, despicable liar, okay? A King of Swords in reverse, okay? This person is not of truth. They're not of justice. They're of total sabotage, okay? And they feel that you owe them something. And they're fucking butthurt that you're walking away. They're bitter as fuck that you're walking away. And you're putting an end to all of their sabotage once and for all. And they don't like the fact that you're putting an end to all their bullshit. Okay? They didn't see this coming because they misjudged you. And you're speaking on truth, and they're trying to keep you from moving forward. Okay? That's the main reading. The clarification. The fact that you're stepping into an Empress energy, the fact that you are abundant, the fact that you are nurturing yourself and you're growing and you're evolving and you're leveling up and you're finding strength within yourself. Okay? Despite all the chaos, them trying to ruin your wish fulfillment, them trying to ruin what you're building, them trying to ruin your legacy, them trying to ruin what you love, okay? They're trying to sabotage absolutely everything. And this is classified as harassment, okay? So the Knight of Feathers is in the mind space. And it's basically saying that you're taking action, collective. You're taking action on it. In your heart space, you're standing on your intention. You're standing on the fact that you're optimistic about the future. You're innovative. You're standing on your intention. You're using your intuition, and you're moving forward anyway, despite it all. Okay? You're filling your own damn cup for a change. You're not expecting someone else to validate you. You're not allowing other people to dictate to you how you're going to love or who you're going to love or how you're going to deal with that, right? And the fact that you're no longer showing this imbecile any type of compassion is got them totally screwed up in the fucking head, okay? The fact that you're not giving them any validation whatsoever of who they are and what they're about because they're an absolute scoundrel. They don't deserve any credit for fuck all anything. Okay? Because all they did is hold you back and they kept you from what was meant for you. As they continue to do. To try to ruin your wish fulfillment. However, you're coming out of isolation, you're coming out of a time of inner reflection, and you're all the better for it. Okay? And they wanted you to feel defeated and defenseless. They wanted you to feel like you didn't have a way out, that you were just going to hit a brick wall and die in a ditch. Okay? The whole thing is that the divine provided for you. The divine got up and got you out of that mess. The divine set you free from the bullshit. Okay? And the thing is that you were still feeling like you were going to be left out in the cold, which the divine had other plans. The divine, instead of allowing you to build a new foundation on quicksand that they were sabotaging, okay, behind the scenes, instead of that, they gave you a solid foundation to stand on. Okay? And to which you're building a brand new legacy for yourself. You've got a brand new footing, a rock solid foundation that they cannot sabotage any further. Now, you're going to be moving into balance, regardless of what they think, whatever they're trying to do, whatever they're trying to be, whatever they're trying to accomplish, to try to sabotage you, okay? You are coming into a beautiful new energy, all right? You're going to find balance. You're going to find that you're able to adapt to whatever the situation is. You're going to adapt anyway, regardless of the sabotage. Okay? And this is going to eventually leave them shook. This is going to leave them defenseless for a change and unable to sabotage you any further. So, the clarification on the Knight of Swords and the Empress and the Strength card is the fact that they wanted you bitter and left out in the cold. They wanted you brokenhearted, bitter, and left for dead. Okay? But it's not working. Now, we will continue to clarify the overall reading and move on to number 4. Again, on the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Wands in the reverse. So again, they did not want you to be able to defend yourself. They wanted you helpless. They wanted you defenseless. They wanted you fucking dead in a ditch. Can I get a clarification on the crossing of the Page of Swords and the 10 of Shells? I'll take it. The High Priestess. So you're peeping this anyway. You see it for what it is, collective. You're not allowing the deception and the illusions to bother you. You're not allowing them to discredit you. You're not allowing them to be in a position where they can sabotage you anymore. You're sticking up for yourself, which you should be able to. And if YouTube is watching or listening or whatever, if they're flagging my account, I want full accountability sent to them. I do not want my account flagged for speaking the truth. And any sabotage and any harassment should be met with the fullest extent of the law, might I add. You're peeping this anyway. You're peeping the sabotage. You're peeping the fact that, you know, there should be communication coming forward and there's not. Why? Because they're probably paying these motherfuckers off so they don't do anything. Can I get a clarification to the King of Swords and the Knight of Feathers, please? Yeah, they want you in unrest. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. They don't want you resting. They want you in anxiety. Okay? They want you panicked. Okay? They want you losing your shit. Okay? They don't want you resting. They want you stressed the fuck out. Okay? In your heart space, the King of Acorns and the Four of Pentacles, please. We have the Devil, right? So they want you meeting into temptation. They want you taking the bait. They want you snapping out. They want you naming names. They want you taking in the temptation and being toxic, so that way they have something to go on, but you're not giving them anything to go on. Because you're very, very clever. You're very demure. You're not a dumbass. Can I get an Ace of Shells and a Queen of Cups clarification, please, on what we're walking away from? The Eight of Swords. So we're walking away from the fact that they want us trapped in our head. They want us stopped. They want us not moving forward. They want us in our emotions. They want us to not being able to know what to say, what to do, how to do it. They don't want us taking action. They want us behind bars. They want us trapped. For telling the truth, might I add. Can I get clarification on the Hermit and the Eight of Wands, please? Reverse. Eight of Wands, reverse. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. So they're being selfish. Because you're stepping up and out of this isolation period, and you're starting to be social again, and you're starting to live your life again, and they don't like it. They don't like the fact that you're no longer trapped, that you're no longer in isolation, that you're no longer stopped in your tracks. You're continuously moving. You're moving very, very, very strategically, because you literally have no choice, because you're constantly being harassed. They're throwing rocks and hiding their hands as if they're not going to get away with this bullshit. Seven of Acorns. We got the Ace of Cups. So Seven of Acorns and the High Priestess reverse. Both. They want you defenseless. They want you defenseless. They don't want you to see what's coming. And the Ace of Cups in reverse, they want you brokenhearted. They want you shattered. And they sure as hell don't want me talking about this shit either. But too fucking bad for them. Can I get a classification on the Judgment and the Ace of Crystals, please? Yeah, they don't want you moving forward with any type of compassion. We've got the Knight of Cups on its side. Okay? So they don't want anybody moving towards you with compassion. They don't want anybody moving towards you or you towards anyone else with compassion. They don't want you meeting anybody. They want people misjudging you. And they don't want you having any particular offerings or manifestations or prosperity. The Five of Crystals and the Queen of Swords. The Page of Swords in reverse. So because you're nurturing your truth, and because you've rebuilt your foundation and you're finding your self-worth, okay, they're lying on you. They're watching you, and they're lying on you. They're being very deceptive towards you. Okay? All because you're nurturing your truth and you're speaking up. And you're speaking for justice, not only for yourself, but other people too. And they hate this. They despise this. Two of Crystals and the Page of Wands reversed. Seven of Wands, reversed. Right? They don't want you moving forward. They don't want you having balance, and they want you defenseless. Like, I can't say it enough. I wish they'd just stay the fuck out of my energy. Let me live my fucking life. Because they're going to be going to jail for harassment is what's going to happen. They have no business trying to ruin my way of life and the fact that I'm trying to make money. Okay? If they'd get the hell out of my energy, I wouldn't be reading on their energy. And if they weren't so triggered, they wouldn't be flagging my videos. They wouldn't be throwing me energy to shut down my voice either. But clearly they're triggered as fuck. Clearly they can't handle the truth. In the famous words of Tony Maguire, you can't handle the truth. I think it was Tony Maguire, I don't know. But anyway, collective, that's reading number 3. People just need to sit the fuck down and leave me alone. Let me live my life. Clearly away from you, imbeciles. Because not like I want to come back in your energy ever again. Not happening. I don't want your apology. I don't want your closure. I don't want your fucking 2 cents, because it's worth nothing to me. Alright. Can I get a amen? Can I get a hey you? Can I get a yes, everything is good? You can still hear me clearly. Can I get some sort of acknowledgement? I got 17 people in the chat with 9 likes. What's going on with that? Alright, good, good. Been trying to donate to Aiden's channel twice this week, but I was declined. Really? Really? You were declined. And yet you have money in your bank. Is anybody else having that issue? Because if I have to call into YouTube again, you have money in that account? Well, you need to be contacting YouTube somehow, Marine, saying, look, I'm trying to donate. What the hell is the problem? Because some people can, some people can't. And maybe you're being reported. Because a lot of my supporters and a lot of my members, you might be being reported because you're a member, because you are supporting me. So the more people that put out reports on this situation, okay, there very well could be some sort of something happen if you speak your truth, and that I'm a support to you, and that I deserve to have my channel. If they hear from you enough, maybe they'll actually look into it. Because I've reported videos that have been defaming my character. I've been reporting videos and different people that, yeah. They don't deserve to have any type of interaction with my page, and they choose to report me anyway. So if anybody is trying to donate to me, you can still do it through PayPal, worst case. You can do it through Hipsy. You can do it through YouTube. If you're having any issues, report it to the technical team, report it to customer service, so that way, you know, I'm very honored, Marine. Give me a moment, I'm gonna go clear out the schnoz. But yeah, this is all very, very unfortunate, you know? Alright, we're gonna jump into number 4. I thank you for your overall patience with this. And Whispers, have you had any issues supporting me in the past where you've been declined? Okay, well that's good. Well, Max, you're making up for it being a mod, and if I could gift you a membership, I would. 100%. You deserve a membership. Alright, we're looking into number 4. I'm gonna burn some Palo Santo, because holy shit. Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light, please be here to protect me, guide me, guard me during this live. And anybody that chooses to report my page or flag my videos, let them be met with spiritual law to the fullest degree. Let any ill will sent my way be returned to sender. I don't want their stanky ass fucking energy anywhere near me. Let it all be sent back, and let it hit them square in the face. And let it be bound to them forevermore and indefinitely haunt them for the rest of their fucking life. Because I'm done with this shit. Archangel Michael, please be here. And please send any angel that you feel that needs to be sent to rectify and bring justice to the situation. I love you dearly and thank you for your protection. As above, so below, as within, so without, and so it is. Ashe, so mote it be. Amen. Namaste. Okay. Alright, number 4. Here we go. We got you right now. We're hooking you up with a reading. I do thank you for your patience. Alright, what's the situation for number 4 reading? What's the situation for number 4 reading? What is the current situation? We've got injustice. We got justice in the reverse. What's the crossing card? What's the challenge for reading number 4? Alright, we've got the 6 of Wands. So, injustice for recognition. Somebody's getting recognition and it's injustice for somebody else. It's either that or I'm cross fucking reading again. God damn it. Damn it all. What's the mind space of this particular number 4? The Ace of Cups. And what's the heart space of this reading number 4? We got the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. What are we leaving behind? What are we walking away from? What's in the past for number 4? So somebody's having to face injustice because they're getting recognition. What kind of bullshit is that? Ugh. What are they walking away from? Number 4. What is number 4 walking away from? What's in the past for reading number 4? Alright, they're walking away from illusions and chaos. We got the Temperance out on its side. And we got the Moon right side up. So illusions and the verge of chaos. This is what they're walking away from. Okay? What is the current to, what are they walking into? Number 4. What is number 4 walking into? Alright, the sabotaging of their elevation. So we've got the 3 of Pentacles and the World. The 3 of Pentacles is in reverse, and we've got the World right side up. So let's go ahead and clarify that and get the clarification for the overall Celtic Cross version, and then we'll start into the attitude and relation, influence, hopes and fears, and outcome. Can I get a clarification on the injustice, please? What is the clarification on the injustice for reading number 4? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, what is the challenge? What is the crossing card for reading number 4? We got the 7 of Feathers. Okay. And what is in the mind space of reading number 4 with the Ace of Cups? It's the Ace of Crystals. Okay, what is the heart space? We got 2 cards. It's the Transformation in reverse and the Page of Shells in reverse. Okay, and what do we got behind? What are we leaving behind? Clarifying the Moon and the Temperance on its side. And we have the Page of Crystals. And what are they walking into? For reading number 4. We've got the 8 of Acorns in the reverse. So what this is telling me is that with the situation, with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and this is the injustice, so it's that they're trying to create a stagnance. They're trying to remove the divine intervention. They're trying to remove the idea that you get to move on, that you get to live your fucking life, number 4. They're trying to keep you from receiving recognition. They're trying to keep you from stepping into any type of success or triumph. Okay? And they're being very, very strategic on how to do this because you are being very strategic. They literally have no other choice but to be strategic on how they sabotage and harass you because you're being very strategic on how to speak up and tell your truth. What is in the mind space is the Ace of Crystals because you're gaining perspective, you're gaining a manifestation, you're gaining prosperity, all because you're filling your own cup and loving yourself. Okay? And you're sticking up for yourself. What's in the heart space is the Six of Pentacles. This is unbalanced because they want you to feel unbalanced. However, you're going through a transformation. You're going through an awakening. You're going through a rebirth. And they do not want you using your intuition or being an inspiration. Okay? Get a load of that bullshit. What you're leaving behind is the illusion and the borderline chaos and the ability to not have any particular type of divine intervention. They don't want you to be protected by the angels or Archangel Michael, but Archangel Michael's riding with you anyway. And he's fed up. He's about to create some major fucking chaos for these assholes. So you need to continue moving forward regardless and continue with your beautiful, bright ideas and have the discipline and continue to keep moving. Keep moving forward regardless. Okay? Because the situation is that what you're walking into is somebody's trying to sabotage your level up. Somebody's trying to sabotage you stepping up into a higher timeline. All right? All because you're speaking truth. And the thing is that the Eight of Acorns, this is like, with the being in reverse, this is like stagnance. Okay? This is like thwarting. This is sabotage. This is chaos. Okay? This is everything coming to an absolute halt. This is somebody having to no other choice but to put on an emergency brake and not go anywhere. They have to stop what they're doing. Okay? So I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is them. But whatever the case may be, this is what this is what you're walking into. You're probably going to have no other choice but to stop what you're doing. And if I have to stop what I'm doing, I'm not going to. I'm not. I will not. I refuse. I'm going to level up, whether they like it or not. And they can fucking eat dirt for all I care. If they would just get the fuck out of my energy, then they wouldn't have to worry about a damn thing. But because I leveled up on their bullshit, and from their bullshit antics, they don't like it. They would rather me dead in a fucking ditch. And I hope there's FBI, I hope there's CIA, I hope there's fucking cops, or some sort of federal government fucking conglomerate watching this and gonna take action on these motherfuckers that are harassing me. Because do your fucking job. That's what I'm saying. Stop telling me that you can't help me and do your fucking job. Please. I'm fighting for my life over here, trying to live my life, and they're harassing me. They're constantly harassing me. And this total evening is proof of that. And if you need any more proof of that, go to them. Because they're very deceitful, lying, stupid motherfuckers. They need to be reprimanded for their bullshit. They need to be held accountable for their sabotage, okay? And they need to be held accountable for their harassment. I'm not harassing anybody. I'm reading the energy that is connected to my live. And if they want to sit there and stalk me on my live, then they're going to sit there and watch me speak truth. That's it, that's all. They can be the ones to leave me alone, and then I'll stop reading their dumbass energy, because I'm fed up with it too. I don't want to read their energy. I'm sick and tired of reading their energy. What is the attitude in relation to this reading, please? For number 4. Attitude in relation for number 4. Thank you. 8 of Swords. Trapped in your head. What's the influence? We got the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So they're watching, they're studying, and they're lying about a whole bunch of bullshit, trying to create chaos. What's the hopes and fears? Hopes and fears for reading number 4. So the Knight of Wands, and that's upright, and then the Queen of Wands in reverse. So you're moving forward with action and intention and inspiration, and they want you out here unhinged. Okay, that's what their hopes and fears are for. They want you losing your shit. That's what they want. What's the outcome? For reading number 4. What's the outcome? The King of Cups and the 7 of Cups. So you're standing on business. You're standing with your heart. You're not allowing them to infiltrate your heart space. You're not allowing them to bring any type of illusions, and you have a lot of options and offers coming to you, regardless of the bullshit. Okay? You're holding your heart space. You're guarding your heart. You're not allowing them to deter you, distract you. You're not allowing them to break your heart. You're guarding it. You're not allowing it to bullshit. You're not gonna be out here unhinged. Okay? Can I get a clarification on the 8 of Swords for the attitude and relation? We got the 5 of Acorns. So okay, so there's some sort of a reconciliation for what they're doing. For the influence, they've got the Tower. So they're trying to create a tower. They're trying to get you to submit to some sort of an apology or reconciliation. This is why they're doing what they're doing. What's the hopes and fears of the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands reversed? We got the 5 of Feathers and the 10 of Crystals. So there's definitely some sort of talk and bullshit about a 10 of Crystals. So stability and attainment, strategy, and resilience. Okay? You're having to basically fight and take action and defend yourself about your legacy, about your stability, about your attainment of that stability. The fact that you're empowering people don't like that. Heaven forbid you empower somebody. Heaven forbid you support somebody and you get them to act on their best intention. Heaven forbid that you get them focused on what they need to, focused on their priorities. Heaven forbid you help people heal. You help people see that they're not so fucking helpless after all. That they're actually a warrior. That there's a warrior somewhere deep inside. The fact that you're fighting for justice. The fact that you're stepping up and you're sticking up for yourself. And you're creating a legacy at the same time. What's the outcome with the King of Cups and the Seven of Cups? The Queen of Crystals. Yeah. So they're being fucking stingy. They want part of your prosperity. They want part of your comfort. They want part of your... they want to take away from what you've got going on. Right? They're being selfish. They're being stingy. They're being in an energy that they think that they deserve partially of what you're building. Part of this legacy. When they didn't have any fucking hand in it. They had a hand in the chaos. To bring about the fucking chaos. But now they want recognition. They want some sort of recognition for what they've done. They were trying to somewhat, teach you a lesson? When they didn't teach you a lesson, they just they basically taught you how to love yourself. Because of all the fucking sabotage and all the harassment and the fighting for your fucking life, collective. The fact that you are fighting for your life constantly. That's a really dumb question to ask right now, Hannah. But welcome in. Alright, so what's the clarification on the injustice and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? The world, right side up. The fact that you're rising, the fact that you're stepping into a new foundation regardless of the injustice, regardless of it not being in divine timing and them trying to turn your wheel upside down, you're still rising. Despite it all. Despite it all, you're still rising. What's the clarification on the Six of Wands and the Seven of Feathers on its side? On the clarification of the challenge and what's crossing? The Four of Wands, they want to ruin your stability. They're trying to ruin any type of connection, any type of stability that you're creating. They don't want you celebrating. They don't want you winning. They don't want you married. They don't want you putting a ring on it. They don't want you having a solid foundation to have a family or tribe or anything. That's the challenge. But you're rising anyway. They can eat dirt. What is in the mind space of the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Crystals? The Five of Cups on its side. So they want you sad. They want you inebriated. They want you feeling helpless. They want you feeling like in your emotions. And they don't want you having any type of solid love for yourself. Okay? They don't want you having any type of love for anyone else. They don't want you changing the way that you look at love. They want you submissive. They want you to live up to their expectations and not your own. What's in the heart space of the Six of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Shells reversed and the Transformation, otherwise known as the Death card, reversed? We got the Hierophant. They don't want you connected to your higher power. They want to disconnect you from your higher power through your heart space. Because they know that you work through your heart space, through your compassion. They don't want you being compassionate to other people because it makes them jealous. And it's they're very envious of this. Because you're not showing them compassion anymore. Because they're fucking despicable excuses of a fucking human being. That's why. They don't deserve your compassion. They don't deserve you to fucking pour out your heart to them, collective. They're a piece of shit. They're a sorry excuse for a piece of shit, even. They give shit a bad name. Because at least you put shit in a garden and it fertilizes your flowers. The page of crystals and the moon and the temperance on its side. What is we leaving behind? What's the clarification on what we're leaving behind? The Queen of Pentacles, the stingy bitch in the reverse, and the Eight of Wands. So we're leaving stagnants, we're leaving stingy bitches in the past, is what we're doing. Okay? The Eight of Acorns in reverse, the World, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. What do we got for clarifying what we're walking into? What are we walking into for number 4? The Queen of Swords. So somebody's being very deceptive. Okay? Could be a Queen of Swords, could be a feminine. It could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's Aquarian energy. But it could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. They're being very, very stingy, very, very much deceitful, deceptive, talking shit where they shouldn't be, minding other people's fucking business, not allowing people to live their own fucking life. And I'm not calling every Gemini, Libra, Aquarius this. Okay? I'm not. It's just, that's what the card entails. That's what the card is holding. Okay? If you're not in this energy, I'm not talking to you. You don't need to take offense to it. But if you're in this energy and you're a stupid ass cunt that's minding other people's business and lying on their name, then yeah, I'm probably talking about you. You need to stop. You need to get on with your fucking life and stop harassing people. Because there's a whole fucking group of you doing it. And you're sitting back laughing like you think it's a big fucking joke, and it's really not. And if you think the divine ain't gonna rip your fucking asshole, you got other plans. You best get other plans. What is the clarification for the Five of Acorns and the Eight of Swords? We got the Nine of Swords. So where they want you in your head for your attitude in relation to the situation, and where they expect you to reconcile with them, okay? You're sitting here as a wounded warrior, and you've been through hell and back already, and they want you to reconcile with them? That's the fucking audacity that they have. Okay? You're winning, collective. You got 9 fucking wands through here. Okay? Alright? You got 9 wands. You got 1 wand left to finally end this bullshit out and step into this new world for yourself, and they're trying to stop it. They can all eat dirt. Because they're not going to get what they want. All they're going to do is get a can of radioactive beans real soon. The Tower and the Page of Swords reversed, and the Knight of Swords. The Page of Swords right side up, and the Knight of Swords reversed. What's the clarification for the influence? We got the Ace of Cups on the side. They don't want you being compassionate. They don't want, they're just numb. They're emotionless. Okay, and this is why they're doing this. This is why they're lying on you. This is why they're watching you. And this is why they're trying to create a tower. Because they don't want you having any success. Because they're numb. They don't have any love for even themselves, let alone anyone else. It's a sad fucking day when their bitterness overtakes and, everybody's just supposed to live up to their expectations. Get the fuck out of here. The 5 of Feathers and the 10 of Crystals with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands reversed. What's the clarification for the hopes and fears? We got the 6 of Swords. So, this is the whole thing. They were fearing that you'd walk away and that you'd finally get free from their bullshit. And because you got free from their bullshit and you're moving on to calmer waters and they can't thwart you anymore, they're grasping at straws to sabotage you because they can't harass you real time anymore. They can't gawk at you. They can't spy on you. They can't follow you. They can't stalk you anymore. They can't even hire anybody to stalk you anymore because you're not even in the same area anymore. Right? And you can't even change your fucking address because then they find out your address and then they send other people to stalk you there too. So they're literally trying to sabotage your whole fucking life because you're winning. Like, get out of here. And they're trying to get you to snap out. They're trying to get you to get all unhinged and to act out of character so that way they have something to fucking report on. But all you do is speak truth. That's all you do. And they're offended, they're triggered as fuck, and they can't handle it. They're losing their absolute effing mind because of it. That's not your problem, collective. It's not your problem. They're trying to make it your problem. What's the 7 of Cups and the Queen of Crystals reversed with the stingy bitch? What's the situation going on with that? We got the Knight of Wands on its side. So they don't want you moving forward. They don't want you stepping into this new beginning. They don't want you being inspired. They don't want you celebrating. They don't want you moving forward with your intuition and just being in a passionate energy, a free, passionate energy. You know, they don't want you beating your own drum. They don't want you doing anything that requires you to have any joy in your life. That's pretty sad. Okay? That's really fucking sad as far as I'm concerned. People need to just mind their own fucking business. Number 4, you're winning. You've got 9 wands left. You got 1 wand left out of these 9 wands. You've been through hell and back. And all this is doing is empowering you to keep going. All this is doing, they're trying to trap you in your head. You know, they're trying to sabotage your level up. You're going to level up anyway, and you're going to level up stronger than you ever thought you would because of them. Yeah, you know what? We all need love, Elephant, but the thing is that there's certain people that don't deserve your love. They don't deserve your compassion because they don't even have compassion to reciprocate with. And it's a sad fucking day when they try to sabotage and harass and stalk and ruin your life because you no longer want to show them compassion when they're obsessed with you. So no, they don't deserve any fucking compassion or love. Specifically because of that. They deserve a fucking dirt nap in a fucking insane asylum is what they do. Get the fuck out of my energy. I'm so fucking done with it. Constantly for 3 years. I have to go into hiding so that way they don't fucking find me. Give me a break. They want me lashing out. They'll pay for my fucking trip if I do. To hell with that bullshit. Love you too, Elephant. In a perfect world, we could all fucking love and live in peace. But unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a world full of unhealed fucking scoundrel trolls that would rather not heal. They'd rather sit in their victim mentality. Enough is enough. Suit the fuck up. If I have to suit up and fight for my life, they should too. Fuck that. By the divine light, let them have it. Let them have everything that they deserve. Because I'm done. I'm done being harassed, I'm done being stalked, and I'm done living in fucking hiding because I'm too fucking scared to walk out the door. I'm done being scared. I'm done having this whole idea that somebody's after my life and wants me dead in a ditch. I'm done with that. They want me dead in a ditch, they're gonna have to come and do it to me then. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I don't give a shit who the hell you are. You want to sabotage me? Let's go. Let's see where it gets you. I'll snap you right the fucking half. I'm done with it. I've had it. And that's not a threat. That's a fucking promise. And I don't make promises very often. Promises are meant to be broken. I've never had a fucking promise ever kept. Every single promise I've ever had given to me has been broken. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right. No, it's the screen because they won't let me play a video. I know I'm a threat to the Matrix. I'm a threat to people healing. They don't want people healing. They would rather people being in shambles. It's a sad fucking thing. It's a sad fucking day when I can't even inspire people. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid we walk around inspired by Jesus and want to fucking shed some light on the bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. No, the thing is that I've been speaking truth, so they flagged my other video, and now they won't let me do video. And you know what? I'm not a hostile individual. I really am not. I'm a very peaceful, loving individual, very compassionate most times. But people want to poke the bear. People want to poke the wolf. People want to instigate. You know, people want to get me all fucking riled up. I'm not out here threatening people's lives. They're threatening my fucking livelihood, is what's happening. And I'm sticking up for myself because certain people out there don't want to do their fucking job. It's a real fucking sad day when you can't even get protected by the particular people in blue that are there to protect you. Protect and serve is what their fucking job is to do. And they don't even do that. Oh, sorry, that's out of my wheelhouse. Why don't you just walk away? Why don't you just stop doing what you're doing? No, I'm sticking up for myself. I'm speaking my fucking truth. And nobody's gonna stop me and shut me up for speaking my truth. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm empowering myself after all these years of being a pushover and being taken advantage of and sabotaged my whole fucking life and told me to just play small and stay in a little ass fucking box. I'm finally out of the box. I'm finally free. And they want to rip that away from me? No. Sorry. They can eat dirt. The fuck with that noise? Alright, number 5. Number 5 is definitely alive. Thank you so much for your patience. Because holy hell. Oh, pardon me. It's because I flipped the bird. That's why. I flipped the bird to all the people that are coming up against me and sabotaging me. That's why they ended my video. That's why they flagged my video. Usually I would get some sort of a report for that, but I haven't received any reports whatsoever. Because I'm speaking truth, because I'm sticking up for myself. I'm sticking up for my collective. I'm sticking up for my tribe. Alright, what's the situation for number 5 reading? We got the 8 of Wands. What's the challenge? What's the challenge for number 5? The Devil. Okay. What's the mind space for number 5 reading? What's this number 5? Okay, we've got the 10 of Swords on its side. Ay, ay, ay. What's the heart space for number 5 reading? We got the King of Swords in reverse, of course. Of course, that motherfucker's back. Alright, and what are we leaving behind? What are we walking away from? We got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, and what are we walking into? What are we walking into? The Queen of Wands. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and clarify this, and then I'll go through with the last 4 cards next. For the love. We got the Three of Shells in the reverse, so there's definitely some sort of a third-party bullshit going on here. Alright. What's the clarification of the Eight of Wands? Thank you. We've got the Queen of Feathers. What about the crossing? We've got the Page of Crystals. Okay, what do we got in the mind space for the Ten of Swords? We got the Seven of Feathers. Okay. What do we got in the heart space for the King of Swords in reverse? Two of Crystals in reverse. Okay. What are we walking away from with the Six of Pentacles reversed? Clarification. The Eight of Acorns. Okay, that's somewhat good news. What are we walking into with the Queen of Wands? Alright, we've got the Ten of Feathers reverse, and we got the Strength card. Okay. So, right off the bat here, what I'm getting is with the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Feathers, somebody's having no other choice but to, you know, they're really throwing everything. They're very tempted by the devil. They're probably talking to the devil. They're probably worshiping the fucking devil. They're worshiping very dark, tempting, energy. They're probably addicted. They're probably drinking. They probably got some sort of substance abuse happening. There's definitely some sort of Queen of Feathers. So there's definitely some sort of communication coming forward, coming in quick, about this temptation and about the fact that they have this new idea and discipline. They're coming forward with some sort of information of stability, of some sort of something regarding the temptation. I don't know. But they've got some sort of stable idea and discipline, you know, with the devil, right? With an addiction. Maybe they're, you know, they're bringing it out that there's some sort of an addiction here, right? Now, number 5, what is in your mind space? The Ten of Swords. It's something about closing off a cycle, but you're not really sure how to close off a cycle. And the thing is that whatever you're doing, and I believe this is a cross-watching kind of situation here, because somebody's definitely dealing with some dark energy here, and they've clearly infiltrated the reading. So, if this isn't you, if this isn't your number, if this is not your, you know, it, you know, it is what it is. You know, Doctor Who, we've had some technical difficulties. Okay? And, considering what time it is, I really don't care at this point. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get my reading out. And I decided to do a 1 through 5 reading, and I was halfway through, pretty well 3/4 of the way through my third reading, and my channel got flagged. So I had to restart. So this is part 2 for 3, 4, and 5 of that. Just to kind of get you in up to speed as to what's gone on. The other one is currently uploading. So anyway, there's some fast energy coming at you, number 5, and you know, it's very tempting, it's very devilish, it's very dark, and now they're trying to, I think it's been returned to sender, because there's no balance here with the 6 of Pentacles. You're walking away from this imbalance, and they're having a hard time trying to find a way to send it back, right? Because you've sent it back to sender by the sounds of it, and they're having a hard time ending it before it gets to them, because they don't want it hitting them back, right? And it's going to hit them like a fucking freight train, as far as I'm concerned. They're getting back absolutely everything that they gave you. And usually I would think of the 7 of feathers or the 7 of swords in reverse as like sevenfold blessings. But this is going to be sevenfold getting what they fucking deserve. Okay? Just for the fact that they kept at it, and 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 kept at it, and they kept at it. And for a change of pace, they kept at it. And they wouldn't stop. They're bullshit. So they're going to get it. They're getting it sevenfold, because they probably sent it sevenfold. They probably sent it fivefold, or, you know, fourfold, or whatever else, or twofold, whatever the case may be. However they sent it to you, they're getting it back. Double, triple, quadruple, septuple, whatever the fuck the number is. So, in the heart space, they were lying. They were putting it out into the universe that you're lying, and that you were very deceptive when you weren't. You stand on justice, you stand for integrity, you stand forward with truth, and they told the divine that you were lying, and this is why they're receiving it all back. Okay? And the thing is that they have no other choice but to deal with this imbalance once and for all. Because what they put out into the universe, and having the fact that the universe and the divine knows every bit of your intention, whether you're lying or you're being honest, this is why it's good to have integrity and authenticity when you're moving forward with any particular energy work. And you always be living in truth and good intention. Because if you're not, you're going to get it. You're going to get everything you deserve. Okay? So, this is going to be a huge lesson to whoever picked number 5, because you probably should have fucking learned a lesson back in the beginning. You know, but you didn't. You just kept being consistent. You're very disciplined at sending the devil to someone's door, thinking that they were gonna, you know, be submissive to this devil energy and just wallow over and die and shrivel up into nothing. Well, now it's going back to sender, and they don't know how to fucking deal with it, because you can't return what was returned to sender. You can't return it. Specifically, if you're guided, guarded, and protected by the divine. If you are a divine VIP, you are protected, you are guided, and you are guarded. And any ill intentions sent your way will automatically be sent back to sender. It is what it is. Okay? So, the situation here. With the past, what you're walking away from is you're walking away from the imbalance. They're trying to walk away. And they're trying to stop what they've sent out. Okay? And what they're walking into is the fact that this Queen of Wands knows what the hell she's doing. She's a very magical individual. She's very integrity, authentic, very intentional in her ways of going about things. And she knows better than to screw with the energies of the divine in the universe. She works with those energies of the divine in the universe. Okay? And the thing is that this person, this Queen of Wands, is having no other choice but to reconcile and to bring about an ending to this position that this person playing with the devil is talking about and doing. Um, and the thing is that I don't think she has the strength to deal with this, right? I'm kind of picking up on like a sister energy, having to show accountability or whatever else for this other particular energy, okay? But anyhow, um, they definitely have strength, they definitely have endurance, they definitely have courage, and they're having no other choice but to try to find a way to recover and transform this, but they're having a very, very huge difficulty to do this. In the heart space, it's showing that there's a lot of deception due to this devil energy. And in the heart space, there's a King of Swords in the reverse. And this is a very deceitful, very lying, very much a liar, very much a toxic individual. This would be my narcissist in the tarot. And they are finding a lot of imbalance because of the bullshit that they are creating. And unfortunately for them, they are not doing too well by the looks of it. Okay? So we're going to get into the attitude in relation, the influence, and the hopes and fears to the situation. And I have a feeling I'm going to just take tomorrow off anyway. Because this is dumb. You have the tower on the bottom of the deck, so I'm sure there's going to be something happening. What's the attitude in relation to this reading for number 5? The attitude in relation, there's an Empress and an 8 of Pentacles. So this is about somebody that's stepping into their Empress energy. This is about somebody that is very abundant. This is about somebody that's very good at what they do. They have a lot of talents, and it's like there's no reciprocation with this particular energy, and it's because I'm really getting a lot of envy, and the fact that this devil energy is here, this temptation, addictions, and whatever else, it's wreaking havoc on this particular situation and dynamic. And this Empress, I'm really kind of getting a feeling she's fighting for her life. Okay? Because she's very good at what she does. She's very good. She's very methodical. As she's quality over quantity. She does a good job the first time, kind of thing. She's got the Midas touch. She knows what she's creating. She knows what she's manifesting. Okay? What's the influence to this reading for number 5? What's the influence for reading number 5? We got the Ace of Swords, so there's definitely some sort of influence of truth coming out, being revealed about a certain situation, about an Empress that's very, very talented at what she does, and somebody's trying to send the devil her way to try to tempt her, to try to ruin her, to deceive her, to lie to her, to create an imbalance, to get her to the point where they can't move on, okay? We've got the 3 of Cups. There's definitely a third party. There's more than one person at the helm of this. And this is the fears, the hopes and fears energy here. What's the outcome? What's the outcome of number 5 reading? We got the Page of Swords. So, yeah, there's a third party watching this. There's a third party involved with this. There's a third party studying this situation. And we're going to clarify what's going on here now. Ay, ay, ay. I'm probably going to go jump on some zombies after this, because holy shit. can I get some clarification on the attitude in relation to the Empress and the Eight of Pentacles, please? We got the Eight of Shells. So this Empress that's very talented somehow doesn't want to walk away from what she's doing. And I think she's the one maybe attracting this devil energy. I don't know why. But maybe this is this Queen of Wands? I don't know. Or maybe this Queen of Wands is fighting the devil? Who knows? But this Empress, it seems like she's not walking away from a good fight, is what it looks like. We got the Tower with the Ace of Swords. So there's definitely something going on. There's definitely a release, revelation. There's definitely a tower happening, a lot of changes. There's Ace of Swords. There's truth coming out. There's a revelation of truth. There's an awakening. There's downloads. There's insightful communication. There's action being taken. A new beginning, a new intention. What's the hopes and fears? What's the clarification of the Three of Cups? The Two of Acorns. So this is a walking in a new direction. The Three of Cups reversed. Two of Acorns. What's the outcome with the Page of Swords? Clarification of the Page of Swords for reading number 5. And we got the Ten of Shells. So wish fulfillment. Okay, that's weird. So somebody's getting a wish fulfillment. Somebody's moving in a new direction after a major change and not unable to walk away from a fight of trying to find imbalance or finding imbalance. There's a Queen of Feathers, speaking of truth. Page of Crystals, having an idea and a dedication and getting back what they deserve. The Eight of Acorns is walking away from stagnance and reconciling with the courage and endurance that they felt that they didn't have. And the Eight of Shells in reverse, we're talking about emotionally not being able to walk away, and because of that there's some sort of a tower, and then there's the Two of Acorns, which is having to move in a new direction, insight and focus, and moving into wish fulfillment. And this is after dealing with the devilish energy and unable to know on how to end this particular situation. Dealing with the King of Swords in reverse. Dealing with imbalance that they're walking away from and stepping into their power. Stepping into their Empress energy and being good at what they do. Finding some sort of clarity and understanding about some sort of third-party situation. And considering maybe sitting and watching and studying and finding out how to overcome this particular challenge. Somebody's going through a major awakening with the the Hanged Man in the reverse. They're seeing things from a new perspective. So can I get a clarification on this whole reading with the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Feathers, please? We got the Magician. So there's definitely some fast-moving energy dealing with the Queen of Feathers, speaking on some truth about some sort of magic or magician or manifestation. Okay, what's the challenge with the Page of Crystals and the Devil? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Something about the challenge of ruining what somebody's building, what somebody's manifesting. Okay, can I get clarification on the Seven of Feathers in reverse and the Ten of Swords on its side? We got the Two of Swords, having to make a decision without having all the information. Having to use the intuition and their senses in order to make a decision. What's the two crystals in reverse and the King of Swords in the heart space? What is the clarification on that? What is the clarification on the King of Swords reversed and the Two of Crystals reversed in the heart space for reading number 5? Yada 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 yada. I'm not repeating myself. Just give me the clarification, please. For reading number 5. Thank you. We got the Devil. We've got the Six of Pentacles, and we've got the Four of Swords reversed. So the heart space, the two of Crystals in reverse is imbalanced. And the King of Swords in reverse is a lying, deceitful piece of shit. And it's devil energy. It's trying to balance out the devil energy and the addictions and unable to rest because of that imbalance. Interesting news. 8 of Acorns reversed. And the 6 of Pentacles. Can I get a clarification on what they're leaving behind? The Chariot. So they could be leaving behind a Cancer, but they could very well be leaving behind a journey to come forward and speak, or a purposeful journey of intention. It's something that there's some sort of a divine purpose for this journey, is what I'm getting, and it's come to an end. It's not happening. Okay, due to some sort of imbalance. What's the clarification for the 10 of Feathers and the Strength card with the Queen of Wands? The 6 of Swords. So they're walking away. They're walking away. They're moving towards calmer waters. They're not wanting to reconcile. They're finding the strength to just continue moving forward. We've got the King of Swords in reverse for the attitude in relation. So somebody's lying to the Empress, and somebody's not wanting to walk away from the Empress. They're stuck on the Empress because she's good at what she does. What's the Ace of Swords and the Tower? For this reading number 5, what's the Ace of Swords and the Tower for the reading number 5? We have the Temperance reversed. So they're being enlightened on the chaos, and the Tower being the fact that things are not in divine timing, things are not working out, there's huge changes, and they're coming to light of this recollection and this knowledge and this communication. That everything that they came up against regarding this devil energy is creating so much more chaos than what they anticipated. But it was mainly for themselves by the looks of it. 3 of Cups reversed and the 2 of Acorns. What's the clarification to the hopes and fears? Like, they really connected to Lucifer is what they did. And they're stupid for it. And now they're having no other choice but to having to reconcile. They're hoping they can reconcile with something. Because they had some sort of a third-party dark energy playing around in the energy. And maybe the truth, maybe they've come around and they're very good at what they do. But, so, it's like somebody took advantage of them. There was a major imbalance that they're walking away from due to this temptation. And now they're having no other choice but to come forward and reconcile. They're hoping that they can reconcile. They're hoping that they can put to rest everything that they said and they've done and they took action on. They're hoping they can smooth it over by the looks of it. And with the fact that it's 2 of Acorns, insight and focus, and about some sort of third-party bullshit, yeah, it's not good. The moon in reverse is on the bottom of the deck, so I believe things are going to be revealed. They may be coming forward with some sort of communication regarding this to the person I'm speaking to, or particularly to someone, regarding this person picking number 5. Okay? The Page of Swords and the 10 of Shells. Can I get clarification on that? With the outcome for reading number 5. Alright. 2 of Wands. The Star and the 8 of Wands reversed. All 3 reversed. So there's no moving forward. Everything is coming to a halt. There's literally no hope. There's no healing. There's no way forward. There's no crossroads. They're just being stopped in their tracks. Okay? Whatever that's going on with this particular situation, I'm really kind of figuring that somebody's trying to stand in their power, thinking that they can overcome this devil, but they really can't. They're not able to. And they're being stopped in their tracks. It's either that or, yeah, there's no hope of healing with this. I don't know. I don't really like this energy, but they're sitting here watching. You know, they're sitting here watching, having to deal with this devil-ass energy, this addiction, this bullshit, thinking that they're going to get a hang of it and hold of it, but they're not. It's a sad day in hell for you, unfortunately. Maybe you should not fuck around and find out. Can I get some overall vibe for this whole reading? Because I'm just confused. Trapped is at the bottom of the deck. Stuck, no options, unforgiveness. So somebody doesn't want to forgive somebody for the devilish bullshit that they had. Pulled. Can I get some clarification on this, please? This whole dumbass reading for number 5. Can I get some vibe check on this, please? What do we got? The nightlife, striptease, gamble. Yeah, they were gambling with their life. Yeah, you cut ties with them. You freed yourself. You're standing up. You're awakening from their bullshit. What else? Yep, there's no wishful thinking. There's no second chances. There's no deja vu. There's no nostalgia. Right? There's nothing there. They were gambling with their life. They fucked around and they found out the hard way. Now they're running. They're escaping. They're denial and they're in excuses. They're trying to make excuses as to why they can't have a second chance. I'm really getting the fact that she thought that she was powerful. She thought she was standing in her power when the devil was absolutely deceiving her. And now they're trapped and they're wishing that they could have a second chance at using you as a sacrifice. Yeah. Because you're established, you're settled, you're secure, you're wealthy. Or maybe they did this, maybe they made this deal with the devil because they wanted to be wealthy and settled and secure and wealthy and all this bullshit. And because you created distance and divorce and separation between this energy, they didn't get what they wanted. Yeah, they were two-faced. They were living a double life. They were cheating. They were a backstabber. And now they're having to face the consequences of all their bad choices and games and mixed signals. Unfortunately for her. Or him. Because there's a King of Swords here too. Daydreaming, head in the clouds, delusional, hopes and dreams. Shattered, broken, nightmares, failures, salty, bitter, angry, petty. Yeah. They're sad that they can't get back in your energy. Slow down, take some you time, get out in nature. Smell the fucking roses. Maybe hold yourself accountable for being such an idiot. Getting all deviled up. Now you're a fucking deviled egg, and now you stink like vinegar. Yeah, they're trying to remove the toxic drama and arguments and incompatibility. They had this dirty little secret that now they're dealing with. They have no other choice to. Yeah, they were trying to step into their divine energy with the devil. Like, make it make sense. There's some sort of intimacy here, mutual respect, unity, closeness. They wanted to be intimate with you. Yuck. Stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. Yeah. You're not stuck anymore. You're not at a dead end. You're moving on. You ripped out this toxic energy out of your life. You're no longer, they can't let go of what they've done. They can't breathe. They can't clear their head. Or they didn't want you to let go of this because they wanted some sort of mutual respect and intimacy with you. Get the fuck out. Gross. Playing with the devil, you're gonna get burned. The devil plays in hell. Plain and simple. You want to play with the devil, you always get burned. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. The devil will wish, and the devil will give you the fucking world, but it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. They tried to manifest their best life with the devil. No. You don't ever get what you want with the devil. Okay? I played in the dark arts for a little while. I know the whole fucking deal. I've witnessed people playing in the dark arts deeper than I was. And you know what? They didn't end up living too long. I'm going to tell you right now. They didn't end up surviving what they were trying to do. They ended up in a very bad situation. And it was all on them. It was their responsibility, and they fucked around, and fortunately, they found out. And it was all on their own dime. It was all on their own situation. And this is why I don't play with the devil. This is why I don't play with the dark shit. And this is why I will never sell my soul. Because why would I do that when I have the divine at my side? Why would I do that when I have angels walking with me? Why would I do that when I have ancestors that are in honor the fact that I'm still alive and the fact that I'm still fighting for my life and the fact that I'm winning? Why would I go ahead and play with the devil fucking energy when I have the divine on my side? It's a dumb fucking move. You know? And then they go and play with the devil, thinking that they're gonna win over the divine? You fucking knew? Fucking dumbass. Oh, the devil's more powerful than the divine. Oh, no, it's not. The devil is petrified of the divine. Okay? No ifs, ands, abouts about it. And even people say, oh, Lucifer is Archangel Michael. No, they're not. They're totally not the same. They're totally of the different fucking angelics. Lucifer is different from Archangel Michael. Okay, there's books out there that say that Archangel Michael is a version is a light version of Lucifer, and that's not true. I can guarantee you that's not true. I've had confirmation after confirmation after confirmation from Archangel Michael himself that there is no association to Lucifer and Archangel Michael whatsoever. Okay? I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about it. But they think that that's the case, and it's really not. It's really not. You're playing with the devil, you're playing with Lucifer. He's the fallen angel. He's the fallen false light. Because he was one of the brightest angels in heaven. at the time. Okay? But because he deceived the divine, he deceived the higher angels, he was denounced and thrown down to earth to rule over earth in order to create balance. So he is the false light. And the only light that you should ever believe in is the divine light. And the divine light comes from the central sun in our overall universe. It is what other suns are built from. And through each sun is where our overall spirit and energetic frequency of our life force comes from. And this is why you need the sun in order to grow plants. Because there's energetic frequency in plants. In every living thing on the planet, there's an energetic frequency. And because it is the form of light, it does have the option. You have the ultimate choice. Do you want the divine light, the actual light, or the false light? It's up to you. You have your own choice. You have the object of free will at your disposal. If you choose to sell your soul, and if you choose to move in the false light, then that's your fucking problem. If you choose to keep your soul and live in the divine light, you are divinely guided, guarded, and protected. This is where your spirit guides come from. This is where your association with angels come from. This is where the messages come through the angel numbers. This is why it's so spooky, because the divine light works miracles in your life, where the false light works illusions. And that's where they differ. You don't have to sell your soul with the divine light. You keep your soul. The divine light wants you to be empowered. The divine light wants you to live your best fucking life. Your divine light does not require you to do anything other than act in good intention and authenticity. That's it, that's all. Act in authenticity because it is higher than the frequency of love. Because when you are in authentic energy, you are in love with you are in love with humanity, you are in love with the all, the Omega. And that is the difference, and that is the discrepancy that most people don't understand. The odd thing is the people that decided to crucify Christ sold their soul to the devil. Okay? And it's because of the divine light that was within Jesus, or Yeshua, okay, that created the ability for him to be the so-called God's son of the divine. So that's a bit of a history lesson for you. And I don't give a fuck what everybody else's opinion is. That's what has been brought to me within my understanding, with my meditation, and with my studies. And I don't care what anybody else has to say. Whether or not I'm right or wrong, I don't care. I know what I know from my studies. If people don't want to listen, people don't want to hear me out, that's not my fucking problem. Exactly. So, that's my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. Yeah, you don't want to play with the darkness. Because the light makes it flee. Okay? You light a candle in a dark room, what happens? The darkness flees. It has no choice. There's no way in hell whatsoever. And even in hell, there's light. Even in hell, there's the brimstone, the hellfire. They still need light down in the darkness. Because without light, they can't survive. Isn't that funny? So the darkness is within its submission to the light. Has no other choice but to submit to the light. This is why you don't sell your soul. This is why you keep your soul. This is why you live your best life. This is why you keep fighting. Because that divine light is always within you. It's always been within you, within your heartbeat. The true magic is within your heart and within your compassion and the love that you have for not only yourself that keeps you alive and protects you, but it's the love that you have for others, which you have the ability to support others and to help them to be reminded that they are of that same divine light. And you ultimately have the choice whether or not to keep that light or remove that light. So the fact that the Bible says that we're born into sin is a bullshit. We're born into the divinity of life itself, the divine magic of life itself. And it's the world, because Lucifer is the one that is in control of the earth, in order to create balance, in order to make you question whether or not you want to be of the divine or the darkness. Okay? It gives you ultimate free will to choose. Because the devil thought that he could rule earth better than the divine. So that's why they gave the devil prominence over the earth. Fine, you wanna be the keeper of earth? Go ahead, keep earth. See if we care. The divine light in absolutely every single one of you and myself is and will win and prevail every single time. Providing you take your own free will and you do with it with good intention, love, and compassion as you will. It's your decision. It's your choice. We're all given free choice. And whether or not you go to the darkness or you stay in the light is totally up to you. And on that, my friends, I'm out of here. I'm a good night for you. I love you all. From the bottom of my soul and my heart, I love you all. I thank you for joining me tonight for this shit show debacle of bullshit. Thank you for hanging on. Thank you for being a part of it. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. I can't say that enough. I couldn't have got to where I am today without you, tribe. You mean the world to me. And when I say I love you, like, those words don't even match to the way I feel inside. Okay? There's no thank you. You might have to go through your YouTube and send a report and just chat with them in chat. That's probably your best bet. I don't know if you call them or what, but they might call you back. I don't know what the whole situation is. Figure it out. If you have any issues, send me a message over Instagram or Facebook. But there should be a way to do it through your channel. There's at least a chat where they might call you back or something. So yeah, if you guys are having any difficulties supporting me or sending me super chats, super stickers, super thanks, or any donations whatsoever, check the description box. You can send me a PayPal if you want. Send me a hipsy tip, or come get a reading from me. Um, I will be available. I think I'm going to change my availability tomorrow from noon until 5. I'm going to sleep a little longer. And, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, um, fuck, man. If you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourself. So that way you can be good to others. I love you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you, T. Harris. Love you, Max, buddy. Maureen, Sarah, Whispers. Sweet dreams, everybody. Talk to you later.